What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make the neighbor case house. This is part 11, and in this one, we're going to be doing the garage here, along with the hallway, which is actually the last thing we do. And we'll be doing the neighbor rooms, which lead up to the third floor that we don't have yet, because we don't even have floor number 2. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to get them out of the way, because I knew I'd forget them if we didn't. Yeah, with that being said, though, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so let's start off with the garage, which is the far right room on the front if you are outside the house. It should be the one with the brick walls, well, the brick front wall at least. Which is the only brick wall in the entire build, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. It's kind of odd. Regardless, I guess maybe he's a bad driver and needs to reinforce his walls, who knows. Although I don't know if you hit a garage wall or a wall with a car that brick would even withstand that. Anyway, not that I've ever found out. You want to start by getting out the following materials. Acacia buttons, it was so unhinged to start there. Birch doors. Polished black stone stairs. Did we place the item frames? No, we didn't. So item frames. Piglin head. Composter. A creeper head that's floating, that's always good. Not that that particularly matters for grabbing it, but I still felt like I should point that one out. Warped slabs and acacia slabs, I guess? I'm not really sure. So, starting off from this birch door here, just if you're looking at the one that should already be placed, because the back one isn't, just to the left of the door when you're looking at it, you'll place an acacia button. You'll also have a button actually to the left of the other doorway, and this one, of course, faces is a birch door with the handle facing towards that button. Generally, I would place it like this and break the block, but instead I'm literally just going to flip around and place it that way because it doesn't matter. I think the doors are double hinged in Secret Neighbor, if I remember correctly, that as in they open whatever way you go from. So like if I'm on this side, it would open out that way, and if I'm on this side, it would open in that way. I don't know. On the left wall, you want to take this front door and leave a gap of 1 extending back, and then place an upside down polished black stone stair facing back. Behind that, one that faces forward, gap of 1 that faces back, 1 that faces forward, gap of 1 that faces back, 1 that faces forward, gap of 2, 1 that faces back, 1 that faces forward. Then you'll count back diagonally right by 1, and here you'll place 1 that faces right, and then right of that 1 that faces left, which should give you this setup of stairs. Each of those stairs you will extend up an additional 3 with the same stairs facing the same directions. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. It's been weird because I've been taking breaks from doing like both this and chapter 2 simultaneously is what I'm doing right now. But I've been taking breaks for some like Secret of the Mimic stuff and just other small builds. So it's always weird because I'll come back to this after that and I'm like, what am I doing? Kind of weird to get back in the vibe for it, I guess, if you will. Did they fix that? No, they didn't. Seemed like they did, but I guess I shouldn't have been that hopeful. Anyway, there you go. We'll do whatever details we can as we move along. First thing, on the garage door here, you want to be on the underside in this top row of pale oak planks. Just every other block, you place an item frame off the underside, like so. Those are supposed to be the windows. From these shelves here, you'll take the second shelf back, this one, and off of the front block of it, you'll place a piglin head to the right of it. That's just angled a little bit. It's mainly facing forward, but it is pointed a little bit right. You can actually get rid of the piglin head, I believe. Yeah, I don't think there should be another one. And get out pale oak fence gates. And on the next shelf on the front, you'll place pale oak fence gates opened up against the bottom 3 stairs. Between these 2 shelves, you'll place a composter at the front half, and on the other block, you're going to need a placeholder for this, but you want to place a creeper head facing into the wall. Just like on top of this placeholder block, like so, and then you'll break the placeholder and it'll be floating. I don't know why, there's just a floating ball here in the game. If I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure it's a ball. Anyway, on the like inner corner between these 2 back shelves, you'll place a warped slab. From that slab, you'll actually count to the right by 4 and then forward by 1 and place another warp slab with a plank to the right. We can then head all the way to the front right-hand corner of this room, which should be right here on this stone, and start by counting back by 3. Left by 1, you'll place a warped plank with a slab on top. Forward diagonally, left, you'll do the same thing out of acacia. I'll then get rid of the acacia buttons and get out pale oak buttons, and off the bottom block, off the sides of each acacia, off of each side of the acacia plank, you want to place pale oak buttons. That was rough. I got there eventually. It just took me 3 business days. In addition, I guess you can get rid of the first 3 things in your inventory, I'll say. Only thing you actually need is the pale oak fence kit still. And get out mangrove planks, warped doors, and warped trapdoors. And so we're going to say from the piglin head over here. If you're on the block, or highlighting the block that piglin head is on, you want to count to the right by 3 and place 3 mangrove planks extending up. Off the side of that, you'll place a warp door with the handle that should face back, and then a warp trap door above that open up against the mangrove. Both are against it, like so. Off the back side of this, the bottom 2 mangrove planks you'll place pale oak fence gates open into them. I want to say these are ladders, but I don't remember exactly. I just feel like they are. And generally, I'm sort of in the right ballpark when I presume those things, but not all the time. You can clear your inventory and get out the following. Stripped acacia logs. You want it to be logs. Pale oak signs. Diorite walls. Spruce slabs. Oak fence gates. Oak trap doors. A target block. Heavy core. Where? Somewhere in here. There we go. And we're gonna go... I don't actually know if there's anything else that makes sense, so we're just gonna leave it there. First off, starting from the warped stuff here at the very front, just behind the actual warped plank here, you want to place a stripped acacia log with pale oak signs off each side of said log. Obviously, that you can. You can't do it on the front because there's warped in your way. From this stripped acacia log, you want to count back diagonally right by 1 and then back 1, and going back, you'll place 2 diorite walls. Gap of 1. 2 diorite walls. Gap of 3, 2 more diorite walls. Just like so. Above the very first diorite wall you would have placed, you'll trace it up to the whatever red is in line with these windows here. I guess it's technically the 4th one, but it's 3rd up you're counting. You'll place a spruce slab and extend it forward by 1. The mangrove plank locker closet thing just in the middle of the room. Behind it, you want to place 2 oak fence gates that kind of face front to back. The front one you will open backwards, and the back one you will open forwards, and they should sort of almost connect if they try. They try their best. On top of the front one, I'm just going to place it off the mangrove plank here. You want to place a target, and behind that you'll place an oak trap door. That's like the first time I've ever used a target in a build. Probably because they don't really look particularly interesting unless you're literally using them for a target, or, which is this situation, or you're using them for redstone. Anyway, if you take the little warp here in the middle of the room to plank and slab, in front of the plank you'll place a spruce slab. Left of the warped slab here, you'll place a heavy core, and on top of the warped plank, you want to place a stripped acacia log facing left to right. No signs or anything this time, just a random log. And that's everything other than the table and stuff back here done, which is always the annoying part and why I generally either do it first or last, and really not in between. You can clear your inventory and get out the following. Cyan wool, yellow wool, red wool, mangrove stairs, spruce trap doors, white carpet, spruce stairs, spruce signs, and waxed, exposed, cut copper stairs. I finally have the names memorized. I don't believe it. Only took me like 3 years. You want to take the back right-hand corner of this room. Why is that missing? Whatever. I'll explain that in a sec as to why this might be a problem. You want to count left by 1 and then forward by 3, and extending forward place 2 cyan wool. Going left to the front one, you'll place a yellow, red, yellow, cyan. Extend that cyan back by 2, and then with each of the yellows and reds, you want to, basically between those two, you're going to go back with 2 alternating. So from this yellow, you'll go red, then yellow. And from the red, you'll go yellow, then red. And it'll give you this. This corner block doesn't exist for some reason. I don't know if that's a mistake on my part, or if it's actually, like, chipped there, but up to you if you want to add it or not. You want to take the very center of the carpet and place a mangrove stair on it facing forward. Count right by 1 and then turn to your left and place another stair here. Right 1, turn left, stair, right 1, turn left, stair. And you see when you do that, you should kind of get this shape. Alternatively, it'd be stair facing forward, right of that, stair facing right, behind that, stair facing back, left of that, stair facing left. But I kind of do it different each time. I will alternate between those two for explanation. Anyway, on the front right stair, you'll place a white carpet, and on the other 3, you'll place spruce trap doors. If snow layers worked, I would have used snow layer instead of white carpet, but I think you could slash set block and it would work, because slash set block is unhinged. I'll prove it right here. I was doing amethyst, so I'll show amethyst real quick. It's a little unhinged, and if I were to do that, you see it would break, so, you know. Anyway, behind the table in line with both blocks on this wall, you're going to place a couple of waxed, exposed, cut copper stairs. Place spruce signs off these sides. To the right of the back half of the table, again against the wall, you'll place a spruce stair facing left with a sign above it that is on the wall. You can then clear your inventory, and I believe we'll be able to finish the room here. Yes. You want to get out the following. Waxed, weathered, cut copper stairs. A structure void is preferred. Barrier would work, but structure void will just work better. A warped sign. Smooth quartz slabs. Dark oak slabs. And lanterns, and that should finish this area. From the front of the table, you'll take, well, actually, I guess you'll take the front right corner of the carpet and count forward by 1 and place a waxed, whatever, weathered cut copper stair just facing back. Up diagonally forward from it, you want a structure void here, and then off the back of that structure void. Basically, what I do is I would hold the structure void and look at it from this angle where I'm looking, like, towards the actual front. Then I can switch over to my warp sign and just place it, and it should place off of it. Because structure voids don't have the outline showing, sometimes it's a little bit annoying, because, like, let's say, oh, I'm trying to break this wall, and I go, whoops, and break the structure void. I've had that happen so many times. But, yeah. Just kind of try to remember that it's there if you're ever doing anything in the area. Because it will screw you up. In line with the top row of the walls, going left to right or right to left. Either the front or back doesn't matter, but I think front or back would make more sense, sorry, since the front has some obstructions. You want to place the following pattern. An upside down smooth quartz slab. Upside down dark oak slab. 2 upside down smooth quartz. Then dark oak, it's still upside down, but I don't feel like saying all that. 2 smooth quartz. Dark oak, smooth quartz, and each of these will be brought all the way forward until they either hit the brick wall or the pale oak. One of the two, or maybe both. Don't know how we would do that, but it's beyond me. And yeah. Not bad. 13 minutes, or I guess 15 minutes for a room once we do the other stuff. And yeah, we'll do the neighbor room next. Which I think is the only set, right? I don't think there's multiple. I think the only one that would have multiple is amusement park. But I could even be wrong on that. I'm not sure. Because I feel like amusement park has... Maybe they are connected still. But I feel like there was 2 in amusement park for some reason. No, I think I'm wrong, actually. I don't know. I played on that map like 3 times. You want to, in line with the center dark oak strip. You're going to leave the first 2 open, and on the third one, you'll turn into a plank with a lantern underneath. You also want to do a similar thing from the back, except it'll be the 4th forward. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Turn that into a plank and then have a lantern underneath. Again, pocketing your structure voids would be ideal, but everything else in your hotbar you can get rid of. And head out through the door at the back of this room and head over to the left where you have this row of warped planks. And we're probably not even going to get a full set here. I just want to get some things dealt with. So get out the following. Warped planks, warped slabs, or stairs, excuse me, not slabs. Warped doors. Not me opening the wrong side. Polished diorite stairs. Lime terracotta. Light blue concrete. Ladders. Quartz pillar. And we'll go... Yeah, we'll go strip spruce wood. We'll align this with quartz pillar instead. So from this point, you want to take the bottom row of warped planks here, this row of 4, and extend it both forward and backward an additional row. Then off the sides of the center row, the left and right ones, you'll go up with 5 warped planks. And connect them together at that top row. At the bottom from the inside, still on this center row, you'll place a couple of warped doors like so. And then on top of either one, you'll place a couple of warped stairs facing forward to fill that in. From this point, the sidewall doesn't matter technically, because so when you head inside from the left door, you want to actually block off the left door. You want to just place a couple of polished diorite stairs facing right like so. You'll then go up diagonally left with a row of lime terracotta. Up with polished diorite stairs. Up diagonally left with light blue concrete, and then up with polished diorite stairs again. Off the light blue concrete and lime terracotta, you'll place ladders. You'll see this literally, like, you can't see through that because there's just nothing there. So, we technically would have the sidewall where we would need it anyway, but still, just figured I would point that out. Around the gap here, which is going to be, well, yeah, you want to place quartz pillar just kind of going around it. The only thing is it will go one additional block in on the, like, right side here. So you see it'll cross there rather than over the yellow. So it's a 4x2, I suppose. Like so. From the front right quartz pillar here, you want to extend to the right with 2 warped planks. Then 3 quartz pillar, and I'll make the last one upward facing just because I can. Speaking of end ones, you do want to take that end quartz pillar and extend it back by, I already lost track of numbers, that's good, 10. Which should be actually this back wall here, yeah. And then you can pretty much, just going under the walls to make it easier for us, you can go all the way left here and connect forward to this quartz pillar here, this sideways one. And they should meet on this corner of the wall between these 2 rooms. It's like this inner corner of yellow right there. And yeah, it should give you this. We are going to have to make the strip spruce wood floor pattern without any reference underneath us, which is a little annoying, but we can manage. So, again, it's the same pattern where some face forward and backwards, some face left to right. I would place one off of a wall, and then just basically place off the side of that one if it's facing front to back. I guess you're pretty much continually just placing off these sides of these. And when I say the side, I mean basically, if the pillar axis is this way, which is front to back, the side would be the left and right. If the pillar is facing left to right, these sides would be front and back. And you're pretty much just continuing this, like, zigzag pattern everywhere. And it should fill it in that way. If you want to fill in the underside area here, you can. I don't have the numbers for you, but you can kind of figure it out. Basically, just how would the patterns here line up perfectly, the smooth quartz and dark oak, where to where it would be centered. But other than that, it really doesn't matter that much. And yeah. You're just filling within the quartz pillars again, making sure that you leave open here so you can actually get up somehow, because that is kind of sort of important. Not a large room overall. We'll mark all of them, I think, and then we'll do the other thing. Whatever that is. Oh, good. Splendid. So, you can get rid of your... can we get rid of anything, actually? Not really. We can... You can get rid of your strip spruce wood, I guess. And get out yellow terracotta for now. And on top of the end quartz pillars, you'll just go up with 5 yellow. Which basically, again, just means you're not sectioning off this part, you're leaving that open. And do leave the 2 warp planks open as well, but nothing more. And don't connect anywhere on them for right now, because I'll explain that in a moment. These were quite odd to make, because I had to do these last. So, like, it was kind of just cramming them into whatever spacing I had that was, you know, making sense. Like, this was annoying, because I had to squish this down a little bit. You'll see, I think, in a second what I mean, but actually, it wasn't even that one. I think it's the one above that was the problem. One of them was a problem, though. Oh, yeah, no, it's the one above the next floor. Anyway, you should have this. You can actually take these warp planks here, and you'll extend them both directions by 1 row. And so what you actually want to do is extend this towards that door an additional 2 rows, so you have 5 in total. And so from that point, you want to take the, not the front one, but one back, and you're going to place warp doors off of the back half of them like so. If you crouch on top of those doors and place 2 warp stairs on top of either, you'll then surround both the doors and the stairs in like a little N shape of warp planks. Just like so. You can basically bring the warped in another row, but just use planks for all of it. So like this kind of. And I'll connect the top row of yellow as well on the inside. You can then get rid of your, I guess, yellow terracotta and get out pale oak stairs for a moment. And in the front right-hand corner of this room, it should be this corner right here. You want to start by counting back by 2, and here plus a polished diorite stair facing back. In front of it, an upside-down pale oak stair. Up with a lime terracotta. Up with a polished diorite stair facing back. Forward with an upside-down pale oak stair. Up with a light blue concrete, and then up with a polished diorite stair facing back. Place ladders off of the back side of the lime terracotta and light blue concrete, and then if you get rid of the ladders and get out pale oak trapdoors, you want to place them open up against the, at least back of the lime terracotta. You can't have the light blue, obviously, because it's against the wall, but yeah. You want to, on the like top of this room here, you're going to take this front right yellow terracotta and place a quartz pillar here. You'll extend it back by 5. And then from there you'll go left by 4. From both of them, actually. And I guess I'll connect them from there together with warp planks. The warp planks will extend right an additional 2 rows. And then I'm going to take this frontmost warp plank here, and I'm going to place a warp door on it that is on the like right half of it. Back with another warped door, and then behind that you'll place 5 warp planks extending up off of this particular plank. Like so. I'll extend that top warp plank towards the front of the build by 3, and then connect it down into the quartz pillar. And from the like outside here, if you're looking basically towards the neighbor room, you want to just place a couple of rows of warp stairs on top of the doors. Nice. One recommendation I'll make, just to make this part a little bit less confusing, is this back warp plank here you want to replace with a quartz pillar, which will basically just encase the rest of the room like so. I would advise clearing your inventory and getting out the following. Red concrete, yellow terracotta, smooth quartz slabs, dark oak slabs, red nether brick walls, pale oak fence gates, end rod, bamboo slab, and what will we go with here? Is there really anything that makes sense? No, I think we'll just leave it from there. That's fine. So on this particular room, the front wall wants to be 5 rows of yellow terracotta. Every other wall wants to be red concrete. Now the corner between the yellow and the red, because the one side is warped on that corner, wants to be a yellow corner. So this right here is yellow. This is 3rd floor? Yeah, okay, it's 3rd floor. I thought it was 2nd for a second. Second for a second. Hilarious. There's too many rooms. I don't know anymore. Anyway, it should look like this. Nice. The back left-hand corner, which is going to be this corner of red right here, you want to place a row of red nether brick walls in, which will be the full length of the wall. And then you'll just place a smooth quartz slab on top like so. There shouldn't be anything there as far as I'm concerned. Oh yeah, because this is like the roof here. To the right of the top red nether brick wall, you want to place an upside down dark oak slab and then another upside down smooth quartz slab. I guess not another one, but you get the point. Extend each of those slabs all the way forward, including the top red nether brick wall forward with upside down smooth quartz slabs, and that should fill in your ceiling. Going left to right on the, not the backmost row, since that's where the red nether brick walls is, but one row in front, you want to just place padlock fence gates like so. That is literally everything up here, and then we can head down a floor and do another ceiling. So the ceiling here is one row of upside down smooth quartz slabs off the left and the right from the top. I guess on the back wall here. Then it's again the dark oak, 2 smooth quartz, and then dark oak in the middle. And you'll just bring all this all the way forward. The one exception is on the right side here where you have the opening. Basically, you're stopping on the quartz pillar for actually all of it, I guess. And then, obviously you want to leave this row open particularly because that's where the staircase is, but the 3 rows left of it where the quartz pillar would be are just entirely upside down smooth quartz slabs. Including this dark oak row, it does get cut off. There's some weird thing with the ceiling whenever it gets cut off somewhere where the dark oak just kind of gets neglected. You'll see it more so on the holes in these ceilings when we get to them later, but it's a little odd, I'm not sure. Get out acacia buttons, because I just remembered we can do that. And on the front wall here, is it? Nope, just kidding. It's on the right side here. Behind this bottom ladder, you want to place an acacia button here on the first block. You should be able to place it. And that should be the only button, yes. From this row of dark oak slabs, this rightmost one, the shortened one, it should be a row of 5. You want to take the frontmost one and count it back by 1, and then left by 1, and place an upside down bamboo slab there. It should just like kind of float off the ceiling. You'll actually break the smooth quartz slab above it and then place an end rod that's pointed up. You can place it off of this, but that's a floor material, which is block of raw iron if you wanted that information. On the left side, where you have this staircase here, you want to be not on the quartz pillar, but 1 block back, and just place a dark oak plank using your slabs. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Scaffolding. A hopper. Warp signs. Yellow carpet. Waxed exposed cut copper stairs. Spruce slabs, which we'll end up using for planks, even though it's almost entirely planks and we only need 1 slab, but it is what it is. Spruce stairs. Spruce signs. And spruce trapdoors. Let's get all the spruce out. Might as well. So, on this dark oak plank here, you want to place a warp sign off the side of it and a yellow carpet on top of the plank, not the side. Can you place them on signs? Yes, you can. Actually, I should have known that, yeah. In front of that, you want to place a scaffolding just here on the quartz pillar. And then if you... Actually, do you have to crouch? No, you don't. You just want to place a hopper on top of it that's pointed into it. I forget what that is. That might be gramophone again that I, for some reason, made different here. But I couldn't tell you, frankly. From this dark oak plank, you want to count back diagonally right by 1 and place a waxed exposed cut copper stair facing right. Behind it, another one facing right. From that, you want to count back 2 and left by 1 and going up. Here, you want to place 3 spruce planks, so you'd be placing 6 slabs going up in total. Have a sign off the right side of each of those 3 blocks. From the back left-hand corner here, you want to count right by 2, and on this block, place an opposite on spruce stair facing right. Then 1 facing left, and then 1 facing right again. Forward diagonally, right of that, you'll place another opposite on stair facing left. From that, you'll count right by 3 and back by 1 and place 3 spruce planks extending up again. Left of that, you'll have 2 planks extending up and then a slab on top. Off the front of each plank, not that slab, you want to place spruce signs. From the top 2 signs here, you want to count along the wall. And this should be the first block you can actually place anything off of that isn't a painting. You want to place 3 spruce trapdoors from either one, extending forward that are open against the wall. And you should have the button right next to that one. Don't press it, though. I love the amount of levers and buttons I place that if you use them, they just break everything. You should be able to clear your inventory here and get out the following. Cyan wool, red wool, yellow wool, nether brick fence, brown carpet, polished black stone pressure plate, item frames, skeleton skulls, and a lantern. So first off, to the right of this front copper stair, here you want to place a nether brick fence with a brown carpet on top. Right of that, you'll break 5 strips spruce wood in the floor, and going left to right or right to left in that gap, doesn't matter. You want to place a cyan wool, red wool, yellow wool, red wool, cyan wool, and then you'll also extend that back a full row with these same blocks. On the desk here, going left to right on top of each of these stairs, you'll do the following. You'll place a polished black stone pressure plate, item frame, skeleton skull facing mainly forward, but pointed like almost a little bit to the left. I guess 45 degrees? Or not quite 45. Yeah, like that, I guess. And then on this one here, you'll place a lantern. On the left wall where you have this hopper, you want to count up diagonally right by 1 if you're looking at it and place an item frame. Gap of 1 extending right, and then another item frame. There will be a painting between them, not that that matters, we'll figure that out in a second. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Mangrove stairs, mangrove door, and paintings. Off this back left-hand cyan wool, you want to place a mangrove door on the back half of that block. Behind that, you'll place a mangrove stair facing directly backwards. Off of each of the, I guess, 4 blocks of the desk, you want to be at eye level behind them, and you want to place just a row of 1x1 paintings. There should be 4 of them. And you can place it behind... I'm going to try to make them all different here. You can place them behind, like, the skeleton skull and such, which is interesting. The center 2 paintings will extend up with an additional couple of 1x1s. And then from this top right one, you'll extend up diagonally right with another one. And again, you can make them all different here. There are enough 1x1 paintings to do this, as you can see. There's also the rose, I know for sure that I didn't get. It's the only one I can immediately think of, though. On the left wall between the item frames, you want another 1x1 painting. I did tell you there would be one there. On the front wall, if you're looking at this, you want to take the bottom right yellow, which is this one. Count up diagonally left by 1, and on that block, you'll place a 1x1. Up diagonally left again, and you'll place another 1x1. Above that, a 1x1, and then left of that, another 1x1. Did you really just do that to me? Oh my goodness. Oh, let me not get mad at the virtual video game. That was brutal, actually. That might have been one of the worst paintings experiences I've had in a while. Not that that says much. Anyway, that's a little bit off track. You want to head all the way down and leave this area, and we can start the hallway. I don't know if we'll finish it, but we probably will. There's not much going on. You want to get out just smooth quartz slabs and dark oak slabs for now. That's all I want. And first off, you want to take the furthest right red concrete on this wall behind the staircase. And this top block, you want to extend forward with 6 upside down dark oak slabs. And that frontmost one you'll bring all the way left and connect into the yellow terracotta wall. This section in specific, you want to leave open. Making sure you're still at the correct height, which you can actually just use this yellow terracotta wall in front of you. At the furthest right row, you want to place a row of upside down dark oak slabs extending front to back like so. You should know the drill here. The pattern is 2 upside down smooth quartz slab rows and then another upside down dark oak slab row, and you're going to repeat this all the way across the pattern. Make sure to leave the area within those dark oak slabs that we placed a minute ago open, because that is absolutely important. And also, make sure you get the like back area in the staircase part open or done. I mean, like kind of that little back corner where there's a door that leads outside. That's pretty much the only thing important. Just making sure you get those. And yeah, this might take a minute, but we'll see. And then after this, there's the set of like 3 rooms down here. I guess the under the stairs room, which we'll probably... No, we already did that one actually, didn't we? Oh yeah, we did. And, yeah, then we'll probably work up from this staircase here that we're just near right now. I think that kind of makes more sense, and then we'll probably lay out the second floor, and then go from there. I feel like we'll start laying out floors before, just because that's kind of a boring part. And just to get that all out of the way is always nice. So we don't have to worry about it as we do the rooms. Even though that kind of splits it up, I guess, more evenly. Still, it does feel like you get more done when doing all the layout at once. Feels like more is there. Anyway, you should end up with this. We're going to start in that back corner I mentioned. So head behind the staircase here, I guess, and into this little corner and get out the following. Cyan concrete. Warped signs. Warped stairs. Acacia stairs. Flower pot. Torch flower. Where is that in flowers? Oh, it is. I guess it has flower in the name, so that would make sense. Acacia button. Dark oak planks. And bamboo signs. So up against this yellow terracotta wall here, you want to place a full row of cyan concrete at the base. You'll place a warp sign off the front of each one. On the right 2x2, you'll place sets of warp stairs facing towards each other, and you're going to actually go through these ceilings. So if you break the slabs here into the same thing, it'll actually cover up what we need to. You technically would want planks there generally, but because I just don't feel like getting them out, that'll do just fine. Because again, you won't notice a difference. Maybe on Bedrock, the lighting might screw up a little bit, but I even don't think so, because I don't even think it would still, because it's surrounded by blocks. Left of the bottom row here, you want to place an upside down acacia stair facing left. One facing towards you, and then one facing right. That is not right. Oh my god. On top of the center one, you'll place a flower pot with a torch flower in it. Looking at the door here on this wall, you'll place an acacia button to the right of it. There's actually only one other acacia button that we would need, so we can just place it now. If you head to the other door here that would lead into the garage, there's a button to the right of the top half. Is there one there? Nope. Okay. Heading back into this corner, you want to be in this back right-hand corner this time and leave 3 blocks open, and then place 2 dark oak planks. You then want to skip past the next 2 windows, and on the second red beyond this window, you'll place another 2 planks extending forward there. On this frontmost one, you'll place a flower pot with a torch flower in it, and then off of each dark oak plank, you'll place bamboo signs, which will be like the drawers. I love how my design used to be buttons, and then it was banners, and now it's signs. Why didn't I not use signs originally? Like, that's such an obvious answer. There's one more thing we can do with this set of materials, I believe, that is within a reasonable range, at least. where the little room under the stairs is here, this wall that's basically coming off of the door practically, if you take the center block of it, you want to place an upside down warp stair facing forward. In front of it, one facing back. What we can do now is clear our inventory and get out the following. This part will be fun, not really. White candle, beehives, paintings, torch, brown carpet, light gray carpet, orange carpet, red carpet, and I don't really see anything else that would make sense, so we're just gonna go with that. Heading back here to this little cabinet, or the drawers, you want to, on the front one, place a white candle. Above it on the wall, you'll place a 1x1 painting. In front of the dark oak, you'll leave a gap of 1 and place 2 beehives. You'll then leave a gap of 4 from those and place 2 more. And the back beehive, you'll extend up by 1 out of those 2. Between these 2 windows, you should have 5 blocks, and at the top row of the glass, you want to place a torch. From the front window here, you want to count, if you're looking at it, right by 2, and you'll place a 1x1 painting on that second block. Just below that, you'll have the dark oak, and in front of it, or to the right, whichever you want to call it, you'll place a beehive against the wall. From the door that leads into the garage, you want to count out by 1 and place 2 light gray carpet extending back like so. Right of it, a single row of brown, and then left of it, you're going to go alternating 7 brown and light gray. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you should end up in line with like the first layer of this corner of the wall. You'll then leave a gap of 1 from the front of that specifically, and you'll place an orange, red, 2 orange, red, 2 orange, red, 2 orange, red, 2 orange, and then a red. And you should end up in line with this birch door, which is the bathroom, and I guess the left half of the bookshelf there. You'll then leave a gap of 1 and place orange, red, 2 orange, red, 2 orange, red, 2 orange, red, and then you'll end with an orange, and that should connect into the wall there. Should give you this. This explanation might be weird on the surface, but you basically want to copy those rows behind them, but they're shifted left, still within the same, like, length. So essentially you're taking this pattern and you're shifting it left a row. So you see here where I have an orange, I'll have orange again, I guess. But then left will be orange and then red, because the reds are going to be back diagonally left by 1. Basically that's the only thing that matters, and then the orange would just fill in the remaining parts. Obviously, you don't want to go further on either side, though, so just keep that one in mind. But technically, the pattern would actually line up if you connected it there. Do what you will with that information, I guess. Anyway. To the right of the, like, warped, I guess the neighbor room here, you want to count to the second spruce plank over, and you'll place a beehive facing into the wall. On the front wall, are you ready to place 3 million paintings? It's not that many, but it's a lot. From the, I guess, acacia button to the right of the garage door, if you're looking at it, you want to count right an additional 2 and up by 1, and you'll place a 1x1. Count right 3 and down 1 and place a 1x2. Count right 2 and up by 1 and place 4 1x1s extending right. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, that one felt unnecessary. Up. You can't be serious. It's been that 2 paintings every time as well. You'll take the rightmost painting of that row of 4 and count right by 2 and down by 1 and place another 1x1. You'll then go up diagonally right, down diagonally right, up diagonally right, and then down diagonally right again. Count right by 2 from that end 1 and place a 1x2. You will skip over this door and leave a gap of 2 as you do so, and on that third block you'll place a 1x1 painting with another one on top. Right of the bottom one you want another 1x1, and then right of that you want a 2x2. Right of each half of the 2x2 you'll place a couple of 1x1s like so. Then leave a gap of 1 and place another set of 1x1s that kind of creates a 1x2, I guess. And then you'll leave a gap of 1 and place an actual 1x2 this time. And that's your painting setup. Hopefully that should be easy enough to look at and read. The only numbers, I guess the yellow on either side is 2 there. And that's really the only number you would need, I think. Yeah. Really all the gaps are 2 or 1. So that makes it a little bit easier. Nice. There's not really much else going on there. We can finish it, though, because there are still things, and I also want to place the doors. But I say that because there really isn't much, like, going on detail-wise. Although it's still probably a full set's worth, honestly. You want to get out the following. Item frames. Clocks. Acacia planks. Acacia stairs. Acacia trapdoors. Warp signs. Polished deep slate. Dark oak fence gates. And we'll go with birch doors. Why not? So, on the back wall here, first off, the first thing you'll actually encounter is the doorway where you'll just place a birch door with the handle facing right. From the top half of that, you'll leave a 1-block gap extending left and place an item frame with a clock in it, and this one will be rotated a singular time. You just want to click it once. Then leave another gap of 1 and place another item frame with a clock in it, but this one will not be rotated. Between those two, you'll trace up to the ceiling and you'll break this row of smooth core slabs going front to back and replace it with polished deep slate. Underneath that, you'll just place a row of dark oak fence gates like so. Continuing to the left a little bit more, you want to be just to the right of this beehive, the second spruce plank, over where the spruce plank and the floor will be an acacia plank. Above it, you'll have an upside down acacia stair with a warp sign off the front of it, and then you'll have acacia trapdoors open off these sides. The only other thing here is the other 2 doors, in which in each of them you want to place the birch doors facing right, with the handle facing right, I should specify. And yeah, as far as I'm aware, that is everything in this hallway, and I will double check really quick before I officially call it a video. So yeah, once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Secret Neighbor, the Neighbor Case part, what is it, 10 I think, complete? I lost track, it's been a little minute, it's been like 5 days since I recorded one of these. And 5 days is enough time for me to forget all the part numbers. Anyway, thank you guys for you guys did enjoy this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Really? Why are you taking my emote? Peace.